Hello. Hello, hello.
Because I wish I knew.
यार मुझे
Some people don't know this. I don't even brush my hair. I have.
Thank you so very much. The key here is consumer psychology. Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
स्ट्रेन तो हो रहा है ना वैसे नॉट maybe not
Keeping Nancy kite flying after all these years is consumer psychology. Thank you so very much, lady. uh, Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast. Keeping Nancy kite flying after all these years is quite a feat. The key here is consumer psychology. Jewelry's out of stock, but we have some stock at Sigo Antiques. So very much, lady.
what in the
Navigating the
hell
world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you?
Keeping Nancy kite flying after all these years is quite a feat. The key here is consumer psychology. Stock at Sigo Antiques, but we have some very much, lady. uh, Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast. Keeping Nancy kite flying after all these years is quite a feat. The key here is consumer psychology. Thank you. Out of stock, but we have some stock at Sigo Antiques. Bad news for my purse. Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
Good roll. All right, maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it.
अरे unlisted है अच्छी अच्छी
The key here is consumer psychology. Thank you so very much, lady. Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast. Keeping Nancy kite flying after all these years is quite a feat. Jewelry's out of stock. Thank you. We have some new items so very much. The key here is consumer psychology. New stock at Sigo Antiques.
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
Holy cuisine is inedible.
The key here is consumer psychology. You like cuisine is disgusting.
Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you?
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
Holy cuisine is inedible.
The key here is consumer psychology. You like cuisine is disgusting.
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
Ito lang ako.
Holy cuisine is inedible.
You like cuisine is disgusting. The key here is consumer psychology. Jewelry's out of stock, but we have some new items in.
Ang economic sucks.
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
Holy
You like
cuisine
cuisine
is
is
inedible.
disgusting. The key here is consumer psychology.
I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
We have some new items in.
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
Holy cuisine is inedible.
You like cuisine is disgusting. The key here is consumer psychology. Jewelry's out of stock, but we have some new items in.
Where boss looks.
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll
Okay.
have a blast.
The key here is consumer psychology.
Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Need me to come up with some for you?
Is inedible.
Jewelry's out of stock, but we have some new items in. The key here is consumer psychology.
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
The key here is consumer psychology.
Join the Adventurers Guild.
Cuisine is
You'll
inedible.
have a blast.
The key here is consumer psychology.
I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
You like cuisine is disgusting. Jewelry's out of stock, but we have
Holy
some new
cuisine is
items in.
inedible.
The key here is consumer psychology.
Take it easy.
Auto reconfiguration is an essential function.
Bones will require a full
You'll leave Pavilion. Best seafood in town.
Fuck. What?
A chest full of valuables and a trove of potential clues.
I have recorded the tune that you requested. I hope it will be of help to you.
Oh, thank you. Straightward, Ping, what has amused you so?
Oh, it's no serious matter. I was just reminiscing about the last time I saw you in this form. Time has wrought such change in this world, and yet you appear just the same.
Time has little bearing on one's existence, nor has one keenly felt its effects whilst dwelling at Mount Outsong. Nevertheless, Ping, one would like to seek your counsel on a personal matter.
Oh, why so formal all of a sudden? I must say, you're making me a little nervous. What is it?
Well, the inquiry is as such. Approximately how much more would one need to afford a comfortable life in the harbor, not unlike the one that you yourself lead?
It does not require as much as you may think. Still, do you mean that...
Cloud Retainer, Madam Ping! What are you two talking about?
Nothing save for some trivial matters.
Shinjo has a theory, but let's save it for when Chuyu and Miss Yundai have joined up with us again.
Do not be troubled, young lady. Here, have some tea.
Thank you so much. What do you think, Chuyu? Does it match up with what you know of your granny? According to the story, the nameless heroine eventually fell in love with an exorcist from Mount Tianheng. Maybe that's my grandpa. I don't have many memories of him, but there was this one time I found a box in her attic full of a bunch of weird sigils. I think so too. Granny might remember something once she's returned to a familiar place.
What marvelous tea. I can taste the dew's sweetness in this cup. It's as if I was taking a stroll in the mountains, thoroughly one with nature and at peace.
Is that so? Then please drink as much as you like. There's no need to hurry. At our age, it's always nice to slow down and take the time to appreciate.
Thank you.
Okay, since we have the time, can I ask you something? Sure thing. What would you... I have a secret I want to tell you. What's wrong, Shiryu? Well, I've been kind of meaning to ask ever since we started talking in the restaurant, but are you guys all... Oh! About that.
Why do I say that?
Well, you guys just seem super special. Plus, I think I might have heard Miss Shen Yun call herself an Adeptus. Ah, must have been a slip of the tongue. Shen Yun, since you were the one who, misspoke, maybe you can explain to Shiryu here what you really meant by that.
One is indeed an Adeptus. Is that of...
Huh? I knew it. Well, one time when I was a little kid, I saw a pure white illuminated crane. I had this super high fever, and Granny wasn't around. I was feeling all icky and gross. But then this snowy white crane flew down from the sky. She put me on her back and flew me to her cool Adeptus house and fed me some sort of magic potion. When I woke up, I was already back in my bed. I really wanted to thank her, but I was too sleepy to... So, I just kind of wanted to ask if maybe any of you have ever met an Adeptus like that? A pure white illuminated crane? Have you ever met one that's pure white, Cloud Retainer?
Never has one met an Adeptus with such features. One surmises such a description is but a hyperbolic embellishment that oft results from narrative...
That's weird. Well, even if it was just in my head, it doesn't matter that much anyway. All I really want is to help Granny recover her memories. I'm really grateful for all your help. Leave it to us! Now that we know the 3 locations, we just need to visit. Let's go to Wangshu Inn first! Okay, I'll go get Granny.
Let's go to Wangshu Inn.
Wangshu Inn. Wangshu Inn.
Do you remember this place, Granny?
Yes. The fish here is very delicious, and if you look out into the distance, you can always spot a bird that's been left behind by its flock. I believe I used to have a room here. It had a window. Yes, I spent a lot of time looking...
I'll come with. Paimon's still having some trouble understanding what she's talking about, but if she's so familiar with this place, that must... Whoa! Shao! What are you doing here all of a sudden? You scared the living daylights out of Paimon!
I sensed a non-human presence and decided to come take a look. If you're here, then there's likely no trouble afoot. I suppose there's no cause for concern. It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I see you have returned to your previous form. I have indeed. I fought alongside her in this form on many occasions during the Archon War.
Oh, wow! What was she like during the war? Oh, wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this?
Behold, the glory of one's newest invention, the Bang Bang Continuous Fire Mechanism. Hands up and surrender, or be prepared to face the full might of the Adepti.
An impressive imitation.
Paimon knows her all too well.
Even so, Cloud Retainer was not always as ostentatious as you describe. You may be unaware, but her talent with Adepti sigils is just as formidable as her skill in mechanics. The Archon War reached its peak after Guizhong's death. The Cloud Retainer who fought beside me in those devastating battles was taciturn and solemn, only speaking when she had to activate her sigils.
A Cloud Retainer who barely talks? Paimon can't picture it. But what happened after that? If you were so powerful in your human form, why did you decide to take up your bird form again?
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals, what use would one still have for such a shape when dwelling between mountain and forest, away from the struggles and troubles of the mortal world? A mortal form is hardly the most fitting of choices.
After the war, Cloud Retainer retired to Mount Outsong, only revealing herself to the occasional visitor. Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago, when she decided to don her human form.
One believes there is little need to relive bygone matters.
Granny, are you okay?
Back then, at this place,
Perhaps this conversation should end here. I shall take my leave now. Should you encounter any trouble, you need only call my name. However, given that you are traveling with Cloud Retainer, I trust you are in good hands.
Everyone! I think Granny is finally beginning to remember her past.
Slowly now, calm your mind and recount what has been recalled.
a long time ago, I stayed here to recuperate from my illness.
Huh. So what Shinto said was true! You did fall ill! Was that why you went into hiding?
I don't remember. I'm very sorry, but I can't even remember the name of my illness. The only thing I can remember is that it took a great toll on me, and there was no cure for it. I was confined to my room in Wangshu Inn, where I spent many days unconscious. I'd come to every once in a while and stare at the migrating birds outside the window. It was a solemn sight. I remember crying, but I'm not even sure I knew why. One day, I met a traveling merchant. Upon hearing of my illness, he sold me a bottle of soul-revitalizing tea pills. He told me that the pills were concocted using Adepti blood and could be used to alleviate my symptoms. Sure enough, I made a full recovery. My illness remained dormant for several decades.
Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, are you saying that what you're going through now is just a relapse of what happened all those years ago? And it was all thanks to the pills that you managed to keep the symptoms in check?
I'm sorry, I don't. Oh, if only I wasn't so useless.
Hey, you're not useless. You've done so much for me.
Oh, fret not, dear child. Granny was just a bit frustrated. That's all.
The recovery of a person's memories is a gradual process. Finding pieces of one's past is always superior to not finding anything at all. Let us make haste to the next location.
Next location. Next location. Oh, why don't we go to the area north of Dwayun Karst next? There isn't really a landmark there, so where should we start? Oh, Paimon's got it. Let's check out the houses in the area first. After all, if she was there for any length of time, then she would have stayed somewhere, right? Oh, Paimon's really got her thinking cap on today. At this rate, we'll recover all of Granny Wendai's memories in no time.
Wait a minute.
My people are used to the desert life, but
Huh?
still, I hope that one day they'll be able to find an oasis of their own and leave the sandstorms behind for a better life.
Oh, okay. First, the computer center.
The wind rises.
Whoa, why are there so many treasure hoarders here? Guess it's time to round up some bad guys.
Busted!
Steady as stone.
You dare to gaze upon me?
The hunter becomes the hunted.
Do you remember anything about this place, Granny
You and I.
Let me think. I feel like I've been
You?
here before, but I don't think I stayed here too long. I might have just rested here briefly before continuing on my way.
Got it. That's okay. There are still plenty of other places we can check.
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, I believe I brought... Ah, yes, I brought some sweet snacks with me. Go on, take some. You need to eat a lot if you want to grow big and strong.
Oh, thank you. Then Paimon will help herself.
Things are about to get dicey.
Leave it all to me.
Behold!
What?
I must leave no stone unturned.
Ah, shit.
The wind rises.
Let me check. Something.
Huh. You even want this? Upon the gale.
don't remember this place at all. I don't think I've ever been here before. Still, I was thinking.
Huh?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's because...
I don't remember playing it that much. Are you sure about that, Granny?
Is...
Not here then.
Behold!
Yeah, another place.
Paimon sees an abandoned house! Why don't we take a break over there?
This place... It's...
Did you remember something, Granny?
I remember. Shuyu. This is where your father was born. It was a moonless night. I had been injured, so your grandpa was supporting me. We fled together with some being in the fog behind us in hot pursuit. I had exhausted my strength when the labor pains came on, so we took refuge in this house. Your grandpa set up a barrier outside, but neither of us knew if it could hold the monsters back. I remember that night. I remember falling to my knees, reciting a prayer over and over. I alone am the source of this sin. Punish me as you wish for forsaking my oath, but spare my innocent child.
Sin? Oath? Did you do something wrong?
I don't know. I don't remember. I only remember praying in the darkness with all my strength until the sun finally rose again and the fog cleared out. Eventually, the house was filled with the sound of my baby's first cries. That baby was your father. I remember I clutched him tight to my chest and wept tears of joy. It was the first time I'd ever felt such happiness in my life.
My dad?
He was my pride and joy, and so are you, Shuyu. You're so much like him, and I love you both so much. But you're always going to be different from me. Why? Just what did I do?
I don't care what you might have done, Granny. You'll always be the person I love more than anything.
You're too sweet, Shuyu. I'm lucky to have you. All right. Let's not stand around any longer.
If one recalls correctly, the next place should be Qingyun Peak. Yuandai, how fares your health?
I may be a bit slow, but I'll do my best to keep up. I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting.
Climb on. I shall carry you to the top. Oh, such lightness of weight.
All those who grow old grow frail in the end, do they not? First, you lose your memory, then your health. Eventually, you end up losing everything. My only wish is to depart this world with a lucid mind, to free myself of this torment and the burden it places upon others.
Fret not. You have my aid in this endeavor.
下面我下。
快
following me.
Look alive!
I could make a tidy sum selling some of this.
Oh. It's 150 to 200 if I know.
Yeah!
We're finally here. Does this place feel familiar to you, Granny One
You and
Let
I.
me see. How strange. Have I lived here before? When we were at Wangshu Inn and the abandoned house earlier, though I couldn't remember everything, I still felt a sense of familiarity. But here, I don't have that feeling. Perhaps I did come here in the past, but it just didn't leave a strong impression.
But did the stories get it wrong then? Yeah, that's true. But Paimon was hoping this place would jog Granny Uendai's memory just...
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
It's alright. We're not going to give up yet. We'll
Thank you. Huh? That way. What's that mountain?
Oh, let Paimon look! Huh? Isn't that Mount Outsong? Looks like we've come full circle.
Mount Outsong. Mount Outsong.
Granny, are you okay? Don't push yourself, Granny. It's okay if you can't remember. You shouldn't...
Mount Outsong.
Mount Outsong holds some familiar...
It does, but
Are you feeling...
My head...
Cloud... Miss Xianyun, is there anything you can do?
Let us go to Mount...
But...
Fret not. All will be well. You and I, you have already given more than enough to the... You may leave the rest to me. I've prepared something that can aid you in suppressing the fear in your heart and restore...
Wait, really?
I never leave anything to chance. All will reveal itself when we arrive.
Boy.
Here, this is...
Huh? But isn't this the mechanism that you were tinkering with before?
Precisely. A recent one at that. It periodically releases a soft breeze, which when paired with a gentle adeptal tune, can soothing agitation and anxiety, relieving exhaustion and insomnia. Its potential uses are numerous indeed. And of course...
Whoa, what a cool gadget! But if you had it all along, why we could have come to Mount...
How preposterous. Had Uendai not recalled much of her past, we Adepti can only help those who first resolve to help themselves. Had she lacked such determination and strength of character, one would have lit...
Paimon thinks she could...
As previously mentioned, a gentle adeptal tune is required to take full advantage of the mechanism. One secured such a tune from Streetward Rambler. Only with her melodies...
Whoa, Paimon can feel what you mean! Paimon's body...
And you and I. is the It appears she has already succumbed to the depth.
The drought is over. But why do you look like you want to cry?
The potion. It's nearly run its...
I've never regretted meeting you. Not even for a second.
अबे
Please. Please, no.
तेरा तारा ने देखा ना
Have you forgotten? This is the world you left behind. One of gentle breeze and morning dew. This is your home. This is where you belong. You should have never left. The you of the past, the me from not that long ago.
So that is the truth. No wonder this place is so familiar. Granny! Granny, are you a
Cloud Retainer.
Your memories have returned.
Wait, did you just call her? But you already knew each.
Yes. I now remember every...
Granny, please don't cry.
Oh, don't worry, my dear child. I'm so sorry, everyone. You've gone to so much trouble on my... It's all come back to me now. The most important thing that I had forgotten.
One can sense the guilt that now plagues your conscience. Reclaiming a truth long buried is sure to come with a myriad of complex emotions. Perhaps one...
No, it's okay. Now that I've remembered, Shuyu, everyone, I cannot thank you enough for all your help. I'm ready to tell you my story.
Please, Granny, don't force yourself. What happened in the past?
I know, dear child. My feelings for you are exactly the same. Some time ago, I made a terrible mistake.
Is this the sin that you mentioned in Joy?
I am, in truth, not a human being. My real form, one that I held for centuries, was that of a wild crane. I spent many, many years living on Mount Outsong, bathing in the soft breeze and drinking the sweet dew of the mountains. At some point, I somehow gained wisdom and sentience. The Lord of the Mountain, Cloud Retainer, became aware of my existence and began to share many stories. Though she never took me on as a formal disciple, I always saw her as my master. I even contemplated completing my training and becoming an adeptus in my own right. I followed her teachings, and time gradually passed us by. Until that fateful day 50 years ago.
50 years ago?
That's right. Master regaled me with many stories of her past deeds. From them, I learned how she had saved people from a similar... She was the one I looked up to the most. More than anything, I dreamt of becoming an adeptus like her. I wanted to travel the land, but I was still far from being a real adeptus. I possessed no ability to take on human form and fit in with the crowd. She warned me that the potion's effects would only last 10 years, and if I were to fail to return to my original form at the end of that time...
Oh no. So that was the source of your dementia all along.
Oh, hello there. So कोई भी आया है?
Was it because of Grandpa?
Indeed, I fell in love. Though he was human, he had spent his entire life training on Mount Tianheng. When we met, it was not only my first foray into the world below, but his as well. Although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us. But still, just like me, he cared deeply about the world, and I could not help but fall for him.
But my time continued to tick away. Those 10 years.
Oh no.
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living a life full of pain and suffering, even if it... I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes, but I was too ashamed to face her. So I wrote her a long letter instead and asked someone to leave it out. I was convinced that she would not support my decision, and I lacked the courage to speak to her face to face. In my shame, but that was only the beginning of my troubles. I began to suffer from a strange illness. My memories became hazy and confused. Along with my memories as a crane, I soon forgot the true cause of my suffering as well. I knew only that I had committed a sin. All I could do was pray for forgiveness, even if I had... Looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such a fortunate coincidence that we were there at this...
Granny!
Coincidence? Why did I ever think it was a coincidence? Tea pills concocted using the blood of Master.
Human custom would dictate the conferral of gifts to be in order when one's progeny is wedded, would it not? Consider the pills a symbol of one's best wishes.
So when I tried to conceal my name and mistakes from the world...
One still remembers when you were but a fledgling. You possessed a certain fondness for a particular game. You would hide yourself among a group of one found you with such ease every time. 'Tis a truth most evident. One always recognizes one's own.
Wait! Paimon's... So, Cloud Retainer, you found Yuendai again?
Perhaps it is now time...
What?
One was furious upon receiving your letter, seized with anger. One set out to bring you to your senses.
Skyward! Scatter! Scatter! Skyward!
Oh. Đây tôi nhiều ý định.
If you are presently unoccupied, perhaps we could stop a while at one's abode for some repose and conversation.
Wait a second.
Peace prevails throughout the land, and all...
Skyward!
In truth, one had more than a few misgivings about your chosen partner.
As an exorcist, his talent was lacking. One could hardly say his skill with sigils was any better. But soon, one came to appreciate the devotion he bestowed upon you during your illness. He never uttered a complaint and rarely left your side. Unwilling to begrudge someone of such character, one decided to overlook his aforementioned deficiencies, glaring though they may have been. Wishing to grant you a life without regrets, one gathered many divine ingredients and used one's own blood to create a form of medicine. Though imperfect, it managed to suppress the more dire effects of your illness. As for how to deliver the medicine, after much contemplation, one took great care to alter one's features and select the appropriate attire. Only after meticulous scrutiny did one finally set out for Wangshu Inn. As one expected, you were most ignorant of one's true identity. One was quite torn. Should one have celebrated...
Yeah! Got her! Skyward! Yeah! Got her! Skyward!
वो क्या हुआ? अबे
Yeah! Got her! Yeah! Got her! Skyward! Got her!
Nevertheless, one would speak to you about another matter, if you are amenable, even considering your loss of memory. One was simply flabbergasted that you could so easily forget the consequences of consuming medicine infused with Adeptal blood. Its proclivity to attract monsters is hardly that complicated of a concept to remember. To think that you tried to travel while weak from sickness and heavy with child. Had one not intervened to clear the fog, all of you would have been lost during the night.
हाय हाय
Yeah! Got her! Yeah! Got her! Skyward! Yeah! Got her! Skyward! Seize the skies! Yeah! Stray clouds converge!
Those monsters would hardly have pursued you with such ferocity without sufficient incentive. They were likely incited by the presence of said godly remains. In turn, one was, after all, an active participant in the Archon War. Some of the gods were likely shattered by contraptions of one's very making. In the end, one was relieved to see you endure through the night. At the break of dawn, one heard an infant's cry pierce through the air, and one saw you carefully cradle the child to your chest. Although certain mortal matters remain foreign to me, one could not help but be moved to see you happy. That was more than enough.
Okay.
Skyward! Scatter! Now you should have a complete understanding of the events.
Wait! But if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
Ah, one had almost neglected to recount the absurdities of that tale. Skyward! Scatter! Skyward! Scatter!
Cái này nhiều game nào? Nhiều cái gì nữa? What?
Just as Yuendai troubled one with her antics, so did you give one. Upon finding you burning with fever, one made plans to bring you back to one's abode for treatment. However, upon seeing one's form, when one asked you why, apparently you believed that one could not. One had no choice but to apply powder to one's body to conceal the variegated nature of one's appearance. You became more than amenable enough when one stood before you devoid of any other coloring. It bears mentioning, however, that as a crane, Yuendai was nearly entirely pure white in color. Though you had never encountered her in that, perhaps fate brought you to...
Okay, hay veces no voy a memorizar.
Now all has been revealed. One owes you an apology, Yuendai. One recognized you upon your very entrance into Wanmin Restaurant. One has always viewed you as a disciple of equal standing with Ganyu and Shenhe. Indeed, one wished to bring your story to a satisfactory end with this visit to Liyue Harbor. Still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Had one simply informed you of all you had lost, memories are most meaningful when recalled by those who lived through them. Would you not agree? Even if...
Master, I must ask. If you found me all those years ago, why did you leave?
One has never regarded your action as a mistake. It was a simple choice, nothing more. When it is time for one's progeny to leave the nest, it is the responsibility of an elder to let them fly free. Yet, when your wings grow weary and the night grows dark, just know that you always have a place. 'Tis a refuge referred to by many a name in mortal writing. Home, nest, haven. Whatever its denomination may be, its essence remains quite unchanged. One speaks, of course, of a place not unlike one's own abode. One's disciples are free to come and go as they wish, yet the door remains forever open to those who wish to return. One rather hopes you count yourself among them.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yuendai. One expects you too have sensed the rapid deterioration of your condition as of late. Have you... 40 years ago, you chose a path without a future. Though one used one's own blood to provide you with a few decades of extra time, it merely delayed the inevitable. One may have extended the path, yet one was unable to alter its final destination. Even the power of an Adeptus has its limits. Had your condition continued to deteriorate, you would have forgotten your life as a human entirely. In the end, you would have turned into a creature lacking in the ability to even comprehend its own monstrousness. Fortunately, you were able to avoid that scenario by reclaiming your memories. Though one sped the process along by providing some guidance, the result is entirely a reflection of your own effort.
So, what's gonna happen to Granny?
Nothing
One
much
will
else.
help her reclaim her original form as a wild crane. If it be fated, she may recover her sentience one day.
She's gotta go back to being a regular crane, huh?
Master, you've already done more than enough for me. I don't know how I could possibly repay your kindness. This...
Granny, please don't leave, okay? You're all I have left.
Don't be sad, dear child. Granny has led a wonderful life. My only regret is having to leave you, but don't forget to eat well, okay? A growing young lady like yourself needs lots of good food to grow big and strong. Promise?
I promise.
Good girl. Good girl. Don't worry. It's not goodbye forever. Granny's gonna become the most formidable crane in all of Mount Outsung. I won't stop until I can turn into a human without having to rely on anything but my own power. When that day comes, we'll be able to live together again. You and I. How's that sound?
Good.
That's a good girl. Even though we won't see each other for a little while, as long as we both work hard, we're sure to meet again someday.
I'll eat well, Granny. I promise. And I'll wait for you.
That's a good girl. Then Granny really has no... I'm so sorry, Master. Thank you.
Action. Action.
Shiryu.
Let her be. At her age, crying is a natural, if not fitting, response to such an event. Tears are a necessary part of maturation. Sometimes there is scarcely a better vehicle to wash away the toll of stress and misery. Now that the issue has been resolved, you should also take a moment to relax. Give yourself some time to rest.
And now proceed. Oh yeah, shit. Something happened. Blooming killer आएगा. स्वप्न पड़ते हुए.
I always believed we would see each other again, that our days of separation would finally end, and all my troubles would be behind me. If only things could stay this way forever.
nightmare. Curious. If you're relaxed, shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You weren't ready to wake up. Eloquent as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit. You are doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it. Of course, whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you. After all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
Grilled chicken drumsticks. Huh? Was Paimon sleeping just now? Oh, Paimon wasn't talking to you. Paimon had a dream. Madam... Oh, Shuyu, you're awake. I feel a little better. Madam Adeptus, could I ask you something? Would you take me in as a disciple?
Oh, and have you reasons for this sudden interest?
I know Granny thought what she did back then was wrong. She felt, but without that mistake, I would have never been born. Even though Granny lost her memories, she never forgot to show me how much she loved me. I could become a cool Adeptus like you, and help a whole bunch of people, just like Granny wanted to do.
Upon some reflection, one supposes you are no mere mortal. The fact that Yuendai's blood flows through your veins is proof enough of that.
Thank you so much, Madam Adeptus. No, I mean... Shuyu, are you... Paimon's gonna let you in on a little secret. We've seen Cloud Retainer's 2 other disciples, and they pretty much eat nothing but bitter herbs like Chin-Chin and violet grass. If you join them, you'll never enjoy Wanmin Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
How utterly preposterous. One has never enforced such a rule. Every individual must find their own path to enlightenment. So,
well, you say that, but Paimon's not seeing any tasty treats up here now, is she?
Although Mount Outsong is rich in natural beauty, its location does preclude access to certain finer mortal... That is precisely why one plans to relocate to Liyue Harbor. Shuyu shall have the honor of becoming one's first disciple in the human world.
Whoa, you're leaving Mount Outsong?
One has never concerned oneself with the location of one's residence. From the very beginning, one has... Yet in the end, all of one's disciples ended up in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu, Shenhe, Yuendai. They all chose... One has reflected on this fact for many years now. One can only assume that it is due to some failing on one's part as an elder or master. One is most curious. Why are you all so silent?
Paimon is, just a bit shocked, that's all. So, does this mean we can grab a meal together?
One has precious little time to squander. However, if one finds oneself otherwise unoccupied, one would not be opposed to the idea. One will be assuming the identity of a human while residing in Liyue Harbor. You should take care to avoid disclosing one's true identity.
Don't worry, we'll help you keep it a secret. So, when can we expect to start seeing you in the city?
Perhaps in 2 days' time. One has some matters to see to before one's departure. Preparation is the key to success, after all. One has already picked out a handsome property near Chuhu Rock. 'Tis no small purchase, but What is mortal life if not one
Seems like you've really thought of everything. How about we meet up in Leo?
a sensible plan? Oh, also, why don't you take this suspense somnium mechanism as a souvenir? Anytime you should feel ill at...
Awesome! Hey, didn't we promise Shincho that we'd tell him what we found out? Should we make a trip to the Feiyun Commerce Guild? It's totally up to you. By the way, Shuyu, we have a friend who helped us learn...
Sure, I don't think Granny would mind. I don't think she'd want too many people to know. They might go to Mount Outsong and start bugging her about it. Granny needs to focus on her training.
No worries, our friend... So, about your move to Liyue Harbor, you gonna tell the other Adepti about it?
I have left an explanatory note in my abode. Those two old fossils will discover it, I am sure, should they come seeking my considering their recent penchant for going off on private escapades, however, I find myself caring little for how they shall receive this news.
Buckle up!
Gotcha! Treasure. One way to draw your target out of hiding. Your concerns are excessive and unfounded. This is but a simple collection of ordinary valuables. Such...
To be quite honest, in what way are any of these ordinary? Every single item here could be worth more than everything I own combined. I simply can't risk shelling out that kind of mora without proper scrutiny. If I'm wrong, I have to be careful. Yes.
We're here, Clow! Miss Shenyan?
Ah, perfect timing. This ignoramus is questioning the authenticity of my ware. I'll have you know, these items have remained untouched in my personal collection for several hundred years.
Several hundred years?
Indeed. They're family heirlooms, you see. Passed down over many generations.
Yep, they've definitely...
Hear that? Had I not found myself in need of mora, I would scarcely have had the heart to part with them. Indeed, you should consider it an honor to even have the opportunity to behold... Doubt their authenticity any further, and I may just decide...
Whoa! Please don't go! I apologize for any insult, miss. You see, I know full well that I lack the knowledge to judge the true worth of these items.
An expert, you say? Very well. I will wait for a little while longer, then. Traveler, Paimon, this is my new residence. If you have cause to seek my...
Master! Oh, it's you two again.
Shuyu! You got a new outfit?
Mm-hmm. Master...
Huh? You know how to make...
Do I know how to make clothes? With the support of the proper mechanism, sewing is hard.
Master, I brought in most of my stuff. There's a few boxes left, but they're...
Fret not. I shall help you move them into your room.
Actually, I should probably sort through my stuff a bit first. Everything's kind of messy right now, so maybe you could, not look yet, Master?
It appears my young apprentice has her own fair share of secrets. No matter. Do what you must, child. Now, this expert you mentioned. When can we expect their arrival?
Soon. Ah, there he is! Here, allow me to make some introductions. This is Mr. Zhongli, a well-respected consultant at Wangshang Funeral Parlor and an expert in all manner of valuables and antiques. Mr. Zhongli, this is Miss Shen Yun. She's the one who's looking to sell the collection of valuables I mentioned earlier.
If it isn't Miss Shen Yun. It has been quite some time since our last meeting. What a serendipitous reunion.
Indeed, most serendipitous. Have you been faring well as of late, Mr. Zhongli?
Quite well, thank you. I was fortunate enough over the past few days to enjoy both a stroll in the mountains and a fresh brew of tea from the most recent harvest. The experiences left me with such insight and peace.
So you two are...
Indeed. How fortunate we are that fate has brought us together again. If you are otherwise unaware, allow me to inform you that Miss Shen Yun is a well-regarded collector and appraiser. She is well-versed in all fields, and oft-celebrated for her impeccable taste. You stand to gain much from this opportunity.
You are too kind, Mr. Zhongli. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail. I can say without a doubt that you are foremost.
Why, you flatter me, Miss Shen Yun. It would seem that you are as self-effacing as ever.
Not at all, Mr. Zhongli. Not at all.
While I am loath to butt into this you two already knew each other, and you seem to have quite a cordial relationship. Can I be certain that you're not working together to swindle?
A preposterous accusation! The heavens themselves would collapse before we would conspire to do such a thing.
Miss Shen Yun speaks the truth. Contracts are built on honesty and trust. If that proves to be beyond your capabilities in this instance, this transaction may be...
Say no more. Let us depart.
I jest. What fool would still harbor doubts after Mr. Zhongli himself has vouched for the goods? Miss Shen Yun, wait! I deeply apologize for doubting you. So, Mr. Zhongli, could you please give me a final verdict on the value of these items?
There is no cause for concern. They are indeed rare and precious valuables. Take this mechanism, for instance. Though one may not immediately perceive its purpose, its structure and appearance are exquisite enough to merit it a place in any fine home. The same can be said for this one here. Few could hope to possess an item that so perfectly blends mechanical wonder with geometric grace. I am sure you have heard from your travels that the study of mechanisms is among the most wondrous arts in this world. With that...
All right. Since I hired you as my consultant, Mr. Zhongli, I shall, of course, trust your good... Then, in that case, Miss Shen Yun, I'll take the lot. However, since the final sum is quite large, how...
The Northland Bank? Oh, you refer to the fiduciary house.
What?
Oh, very well.
I fear people only use the term bank nowadays. In that case, I'll be off for now. I'll return to collect the goods once you've received the fund.
Zhongli!
My friends, have you been doing well?
We've been great! How about you? Paimon didn't know you were such a busy consultant.
My days have been quite pleasant as well. I had been quietly enjoying a cup of tea when Mr. Xiaozu requested my services. As for you, Miss Shenyun, I presume you must be looking to settle in the city?
I must say, the name Shenyun sounds exceedingly strange coming from you. Perhaps you could dispense of that particular epithet in further conversation.
Whatever for. Am I not addressing you as a friend should?
Well, alas, refer to me however you will. After all, a name exists such that others may address you with it. One is hardly ignorant of that.
It would seem that you have gained many valuable insights over the years, Cloud Retainer.
One has indeed. One's previous days were all brief. Now that one has made up one's mind to move and settle, one has gained a much better appreciation of the hubbub and commotion of the city, as well as this city is much changed from how it was more.
Not unlike the ocean tides, so too shall the movement of people ebb and flow. From turmoil to peace, enlightenment to aspiration. Human society possesses limitless potential. In another 1,000 years, the scene we witness here may change in ways that are impossible for
All right, that's enough reflection for one day. No need to get...
You make a valid point, Paimon. Now that the sale has concluded, what say one plays the host as we try some specialty dishes together?
Perhaps you have forgotten, Cloud Retainer, but I once tried my hand at that dish. You were at the table on that occasion, so logic
Oh? What occasion?
It was a reunion between friends several centuries ago. Alas, you must have been too preoccupied to secure yourself a portion. Or perhaps our other companions simply...
Hardly. 'Twas most certainly out of consideration for the others in attendance. In but a moment, one will show you what it means to have a true deftness of hand. It is settled then. Bamboo shoot soup, mora meat, crab roe tofu, triple-layered One has already passed word to Shenhe and Ganyu to make a reservation. It is prime time for them to...
It should be a...
Shu Yu, come now, it is time to dine. Ah, this gentleman over here is Mr. Zhang Li. He is,
A humble employee of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you too, Mr. Zhongli. That should be everyone, right? Sounds good. Actually, Master, have you ever tried Adeptus' temptation? I heard it's impossible to stop eating after even just one bite. You know...
that sounds rather implausible. Although with the right preparation, certain dishes...
Huh? Why are you all walking so fast? Hey, wait for Paimon! Hey, wait up!
Why not treat yourself?
Come.
Can't believe the well got polluted.
Adventurer, think you can last a round against me?
ada repot ya. Kita udah. Somewhere.
Scent of spring. I promise it will be unforgettable.
What?
Yeah.
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
Oh, I'm going to
Behold!
go.
Too slow.
Okay. Yeah, 15, 65. Don't need to. Let me check. Fifty-two, 62, 62, 62. Nope. I'm on. I don't. 10,000 right now. Having a 5 of boxes. Okay, I will clear it. And they got to. I am not. Uh, what? 262, 63.
Squall and Fury.
Oh, bad. Good news. Chinese लोग आ गए Chinese. Fuck you.
Take it easy.
Don't miss your luck.
No. Take it easy. Gutsy.
Justice is blindsided.
Really? Take it easy.
अबे
Take it easy.
अरे oh. Hazard. Not enough.
Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with a few different identities to choose from. Made me.
62, 63, 50. तो बढ़ा देते अरे What? reasons. Five array. तो पूरा शिप किए दिए थे अरे I don't think it's child. Ah, wala. Để đợi nè. Không? Oh, say that. Then. Wait. What the hell did I do? That's impossible कर देगा ना रड़ा जाएगा जो ना 3 4 होने oh wait oh yeah actually oh a little actually तो 800 आ रहा है वो कौन सी में इसमें ना इंजन में देख चलो कोई बात इंजन juice oh it hurts how the hell my goodness What? 이거 좋아하는 소리 아니야? 이거 만들어야겠네. 진짜로 잘했어. 뭔지.
As the saying goes, you never truly know someone until you meet them in person. And at long last, I finally have the great honor of meeting you today. My name is Yoonjin, and I am humbled to be the director of the Yunhan Opera Troupe. We have been performing at Hayu Tea House as of late.
So yeah. That's everything. Whew. No spot. 63%. Address. Reaching opening flourish at the precise moment and immutable and he's told to write for that. All it is one is standard by flying cloud formation. Yeah. And it's further increased by 2.5%, 5%, 7.5% for 11.5% of the engine's defense when the party contains characters of 1, 2, 3, 4. Respectively. Whatever, right? Normal weather. Particular defense. When normal attack damage is dealt to opponents, bonus damage will be dealt based on engine's current defense. I see. 30% defense, right? There is a defense skill about this defense skill it's C types of hold on to the defense. That's that. Attack, retreat, I don't want this. HP, attack, retreat, HP. Energy recharge. Oh yeah, energy recharge. I guess. Energy recharge is point to it. So, that no. Okay. So, would I start with it much more energy recharge? Okay. Let's give it this energy recharge. Then I guess I have to go for this attack. Oh yeah. Which domains, artifacts. This, no, not this. Yeah, I can take this answer. Yes. Or I can do this. Elemental skill is something that available. No, I don't think this is. Defense is available. Chase of course. Or usually this elemental skill damage, but another one additionally when not in the field, elemental skill damage will be further into the condition. Just trying to think about it. I was have to prevent this elemental buff damage. Conversion engineer almost. Yes, yes. Yes, I have to give her this. No results. Fuck. I have to give her presence. So, noblesse plates, right? Yeah, noblesse solution, but yes, yep. Let me give her this. Let's say only one. Okay, let's get fucking. Let's go on the Regalia. I don't know. Oh, this guy right here. This guy. Here. Oh my god. I have this. Whatever it's. Yes. Yeah, it's been really long. This is good for her. Well, I am going to go off the noblesse of looks with ER double defense and that's it. ER double defense. Let's get into this. Or maybe I can do the defense. Yeah. Yeah, defense 30%. Nothing much, I guess. Oh, 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 oh.
As the saying goes.
हो गया भाई हो गया हो गया Okay, so ER, right? So, I guess defense plus 30%, ER double defense. Yeah, that's it. Plus defense take a 9 actually. Here's 64. Okay.
Good roll.
$63 pitties. And 127, 220. Yeah, next one, 20, right?
Take it easy.
Okay, no problem. Around. It's CPRM. Oh, right. That's it. Anything else? Jennifer? Sony 79. Yeah. Bye bye.